this story is actually surprisingly good. So let's get straight into it. Ah, can't use Sonic, not Doctor Who. I'll use a hand. Though they're Time Lords or human beings or strange, unknown beings. To the review of the episode 6 of Class, which you voted for in the, not last review, in the Demons of the Punjab review. And today we will be reviewing Detained for the second time. That I've said it, don't know why. So let's just get straight into it. First point I want to talk about is the writing in this story. It was incredible. But a story that could easily have felt like a filler or just there for character development or plot information or whatever it was supposed to be, it was incredibly good. They usually like the most boring, rubbish things, and especially at this episode, I highly doubt that was a big budget for it, because it literally just used one set that didn't even cost much because it's already been built. So this story is definitely quite cheap, apart from a couple points which we'll get onto later. But it's the writing from Patrick Ness in this was very well done, because it's hard to get these stories right. So for him to get this as good as it was, for a story that was just there for developing more details about your characters, it was very good. Right. Next point. So the CGI, yes, this is, the CGI at the beginning with the rocks, that was great. For something like Class and how bad the CGI was before, like, for example, Night Visiting, when Quill's sister disappears back into that root thing, you can really just see how not good of a budget they had for fully CGI. But that was great. It was better than quite a lot of Doctor Who CGI, to be honest. It looked really good, especially for Class, as I said, because it looked like they had a really cheap budget for most of this. So I was quite impressed by that. And the music in this episode was great. It fit pretty much everything. The composer, I think he should, if they couldn't get Sega Nakanola, who I hope's going to have a good episode tomorrow, if they couldn't get him, I think they should either try to get the composer who did Class, or Ben Foster, who did Tortured. That's who I would have personally picked, one of those two. I personally would have gone with Ben Foster, but even so, the Class one is really good. Throughout the whole series, the Class music is really good. So I just thought I mentioned that. And so, yeah. Next point is the acting. The acting, I'm going to be quite brutal with what I think of the acting. Not specifically in this episode, but in the series overall. I thought the acting was quite weak in quite a lot of points. I felt it was just a little bit especially for quite a lot of these actors. It would have been one of the first, or certainly one of the first biggest things they've done, because they all look quite young. I have seen a couple of them in other things, pretty much just adverts. Like yesterday, I saw the coach, the one with the dragon tattoo, in an advert. I've seen Charlie in one, and actually that's about it. But yeah, I mean, I've seen them in a couple of things, but nothing major. But the acting from him is quite decent in this episode. I think this is one of the best ones they've had. And it also helped for the next point, which is something we're just going to get on with. So, the episode, this was due to quite a lot of things. The episode felt quite tense at a lot of points. One of the most noticeable ones was when it was revealed that there was a prisoner in the room with them. That was quite tense. I felt that really defined how tense it was, and I need to stop saying that word. But so it's the acting, I thought that helped. The music, the direction, the way it's shot, just all of it added to it. But also it also used the writing, just everything. It made that quite, and not just that scene. It's quite a lot of scenes really tense, and even throughout it was quite mysterious. Kind of like that be trying to keep you on, just keep you really intrigued. So you're wondering what's going on, but you're also just like, oh my god, what's happening there? And I just felt that was really well done throughout the episode. It made it a nice and enjoyable episode to watch, and it kept you intrigued. Even when I rewatched it, I was intrigued and I knew exactly what was going on. Funny enough, it was actually the first reaction I ever did on my old channel. It's actually split into part 1 and part 2 because I didn't cut it down then. But it's the first video I ever reacted to. Which is something, I guess. Yeah. But anyway, sidetracked. So yeah, it was a really good story with how it intrigued the audience. So yeah. So the next point I want to talk about is this bit of an odd point, because even though we didn't see it or didn't really hear or know anything about this creature, because obviously he was stuck in the rock for a whole episode, and then we heard his voice saying confess, just like we've seen it before in the time of the Doctor. How interesting. But yeah, again, this helped the tension, the tension, that's the word, tension in the story. But the villain, I felt, had quite, I didn't actually feel secure with all of the characters because of how the villain was presented. It was nowhere near as good as the Midnight, but I got the vibe from it. We were watching it, like, we don't see this creature, we don't know anything about it. All we know is that it's done something really bad in the past to end up being trapped in this rock that makes you confess to, well, makes you tell the truth to confess, basically, and that he had a lot of threat. And I think it was really presented really well, again, due to Patrick Ness's writing. Yeah. It's the voice of it as well sounded quite good. I kind of would have liked to seen a little bit of it, like when Charlie was perhaps holding it, cease, and then it was cracking to see part of the creature, maybe just sort of leaking out, and then when he smashed it, then it just faded away. I think that would have been quite cool to see that, just shown us a little bit of the creature, enough to keep us on edge, but we can go, oh damn, and make it quite, so like an unordinary, unhuman-like part to really give the audience chill. But yeah, so this is going to be short. Now this one actually will, because there's not much left to talk about. But yeah, so next point is the character building in it. It really does build up the characters really well, leading on to what happens in the finale. The episode called The Lost, with how all their relationships are just tangled up in a mess and have no clue what's going on, and just not even talking to each other. But it really does it really well, and it doesn't do it boringly like, oh, I hate you now, and that's just I'm hating you so I can hate you in the finale. Yeah, and I'll side with Miss Quill. I talk from Tanya's point of view there. But it was done really well, and I felt like how it was revealed, especially, like, it can almost be haunting in your mind, because it's just having to be forced to tell your darkest secrets to people who you hardly even know, and only know about horror and tragedy, pretty much. It felt just quite deep, and it just a really, well, good feeling for the episode. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. And the next part of this is the link to episode 7, and I thought the transition between episode 6 and episode 7, how they both link to each other, is done very good. And I also do especially like the way that they didn't actually reveal Miss Quill was pregnant until episode 7, but they did show quite a bit of it in episode 6, but it cut just before it was revealed that she was pregnant, which I thought was very nicely done. So yeah. So I thought that was just very nicely done. Again, directing in this was very good as well. And there are just a lot of good shots throughout this. So yeah. So that's pretty much all the points done. So now I'm going to get on to my conclusion. So overall, I thought this was a really good episode. It built up the characters, getting a bit more depth and backstory, and leads well into the finale, as well as linking into what's going to happen into episode 7. And I especially like the bit where they cut it just before they done the big reveal of Quill being pregnant, but leaving us on some notes to intrigue us to watch the next episode. The CGI at the beginning was really good, writing was great, the acting was quite good. It's probably one of the best performances in my opinion from all the main cast. The episode was quite tense and mysterious throughout it, which again intrigued the viewers. And so overall, I'm going to give this story an 8 out of 10. Pretty much the only thing lacking it down is just to pretty much, even though it was written really well, I don't think there was enough to boost it to a 9 or 10 out of 10. It was still nonetheless a filler episode and just character development when you look at it basically. And I felt like if they showed the villain, it would have given us a lot more threat feeling and a lot more worry, and I think they should have done that earlier throughout, so we were like afraid of the villain from earlier in the episode. Not straight away. I think they should have done it straight away, but I definitely think they should have done it. So yeah, that's my review of Class episode 6 called Detained. So thank you for voting, for everyone who did. There'll be another poll on this for what show I will review next time. It will be Doctor Who Series 1. The episode this being Rose, The End of the World, and Father's Day. Torchwood Series 1, which will be the Everything Changes, Day 1, and Countryside. Yeah, Countryside I think. And then Class will have For Tonight We Might Die, The Coach of Dragons are 2, and Night Visiting. So please do vote so you can have the video you want to see, and who knows, it might be the video you want to see. So please do subscribe for more reaction reviews of all those 3 shows that I just mentioned, so, especially because the reaction to tomorrow's episode will be up maybe tomorrow, but if not, it will be up on Monday. And then the review of that will be on time this week. So, and the review of whatever show it is that gets picked should also be up on Thursday. So thank you for watching. Please do like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts on this episode. Did you enjoy it? Was it your favourite series? Do you hate it? Just tell me your views below, and I should reply to it, and we can talk about the episode. But until then, goodbye. Don't have any Sonic again. I just have to use a finger. Oh god.